Hello everybody, welcome back. We're back with more Dead Space. I'm here with Hannah and Black Knight, and I do not remember at all where we were at. Yeah, I don't really remember where we were at. We're back with more Dead Space. I'm pretty sure we just finished up the mining deck, and now we're back we're in Chapter 8, so we're going to go fix the comms array so that we can contact the USM Valor, which is not going to go badly at all. Black Knight, you probably remember the USM Valor pretty well. I know that I do.
Yeah, which version? The original or the remakes? Well, I guess we'll find out in the remake, but...
Well, yeah.
The original was pretty bad.
Have you played the remake yet?
I have. I played the original and the remake.
Oh, okay.
Right, yes.
The one thing I missed from the original that I wish was in the remake is the green bionicle ball things that you get to push out into space.
Mm.
What did those allow you to do? Or was it a weapon?
No, it's just like a little puzzle segment where you have to clear a bunch of radiation spheres from the outside of the ship in order to get inside.
Mm.
Man, I am still really low on money. This is around the time for every playthrough where I'm in double digits, like well in double digits, and I have like nothing.
Nope.
Nothing going on. Yeah, so we did the board game live stream over the weekend. I tried to get Cameron to talk about it during the Monday stream for Tears of the Kingdom, and he just seemed to not want to talk about it. So it went pretty well. It was a fine time.
It went fine. It was good.
Yeah, we raised $1,000 for the CMTA, so thank you to everybody that donated.
Nice.
Saw a few friends show up in chat. That was really nice. Yeah, it was overall a really, really good time. Hey, NoobTube. We are in Chapter 8, and we're back on the bridge for some reason. Yeah, it's been quite a minute since we played last. I think I want to say...
The bridge through the comms is where you're on the bridge.
Yeah, we're there to fix the comms array, so I think it's going to have me go through the bridge to go over to comms, which is like, I guess it's a 2-in-1 kind of deal, kind of like the mining and engineering being in the same place. Cheryl, yeah, well, we did want to talk about Baldur's Gate. I didn't realize that he wasn't going to try to update people on all the hard work we put into our weekend live stream, but it was good. There wasn't really any super big updates. We raised a lot of money. Had a lot of fun. We got to play a couple board games I have never played before, and it made me just honestly really want to play Jackbox games more. I wouldn't mind doing like a whole night of that.
That murder trivia one was a lot more fun, I think. Being in the same room with everyone and being able to listen to the prompt.
I like even just like trivia stuff. I think is a lot of fun. I think it's easy to like understand like what's going on in a trivia night versus some of the other Jackbox games are like a lot more like TKO and stuff they're fun, but they rely on creativity, and it's kind of hard to get into that mode if you're not either always in it or just like happen to be in the right like environment for it.
Maybe we can play more of the trivia next week when we're all in Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, we won't be able to stream it, but it'd be fun to play some of that, even just off stream. I like those games a lot. Those are fun.
And she's gone. Oh, never mind. She's back.
She's back. This thing is still alive? Even so slowly. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I would play more of that. I think I mentioned it earlier in the year that I wanted to try to do like a GeoGuessr stream because I never played it, but I've watched people play it. Oops.
What is GeoGuessr?
It's you. If I'm remembering the thing correctly, you post a picture of like a random location, and people try and guess where that location is.
Oh,
yeah, so it puts you in like Google like Street View in like a random location, and you have to like using just Street View around you have to figure out where you are, and the closer your guess is like physically, the more like points you get.
Oh, it could be fun.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun like when you actually get to like see it and participate in it. It makes a lot more sense. Finn and Poe, 75% through the game. We're in chapter 8 of
12.
I really should know that. I always think it's 15 for some reason.
I think that's DS2, and
that sounds
DS3
right.
had 20, I believe.
Yeah, I know. I remember that 2 had a couple more than 1 did. New to we are some of the Arbitrary Hero core members are going to Seattle for I think Olympic National Park. We're doing a day or two in Seattle first, and then we're all driving up to the Olympic National Park and gonna go do some cabin stuff, some hiking, see some sights. It'll be my first trip to the West Coast. I have never been. I think the farthest west I have been is West Texas, maybe Oklahoma. Maybe, well, I guess maybe Bismarck now. I don't know if that's any more west than parts of Texas, but
I think Texas is actually farther west compared to South Dakota. I could be wrong. Geography's not my strong suit.
So yeah, to me they're kind of all in the same like central column. That's where it gets really blurry because they start to become more square. Finn and Poe asked, anyone excited for Ahsoka's TV show? I have not really engaged in any Star Wars stuff in a long time.
Me either.
I want to watch Andor.
This might be the wrong crew to ask. You probably have better luck talking with Ian.
Now that we've mentioned Star Wars, he might show up.
You've summoned
Ahsoka
Ian.
is a character I've always been interested in. I forget what like species or race or whatever Ahsoka is, but I always like the Jedi or like the major characters who aren't just human. If we're going into like the Jedi side of things, but normally I care more about the like the tactical stuff, if not that.
Geography fact check. North Dakota is like directly above Texas, so they're within the same range of west. They're just, what is that? Latitudinal? Is that a word? Latitudinal of each other.
Latitudinal, something like that. And there's longitudinal. Yeah. I might be making that up. Who knows?
Elevator.
No. Finn and Poe. Ian is another friend of ours who used to stream with Nate and I when Nate was playing through the Souls games. I think the last time he was on stream was probably Elden Ring, whenever we last did that, which would have been probably months ago, if not last year.
It feels like a while.
It
Yeah,
feels
it
like
has
a
been a
year to
while.
me, yeah, since we've done an Elden Ring stream. At least one that Nate was hosting. Mostly bummed because KOTOR. Oh, is there another KOTOR coming out? I know not a lot about the side shows and movies in Star Wars, except Rogue One, which I like a lot. But
Nate's also another one of our dear friends.
KOTOR,
Finn
yeah.
and Poe.
Finn and Poe, you've been on when Nate was on, right? Were you there for the board game? No, not the board game. Maybe not. I forget. There's not really like a dossier on all of us or anything. Yeah, Cheryl. Yeah. That's perfect. Well, Nate doesn't post on the Discord much, so I don't think. I doubt they would know them from there.
Oh, just kidding.
But now you have their Discord names. If you'd like to message them directly,
There you go. Maybe that was incorrect of me to say or do. Sorry, guys, in advance.
That's fine. I mean, they don't look at Discord much anyway. I know they don't. Ooh. Here's a fun little Easter egg I might be able to get on the first try. These, I guess, spoilers for some of the side Easter eggs in this game. There's a lot of feet and handprints, foot and handprints on this circle here. And if you punch and kick in the correct order, I think you unlock some good stuff.
Oh, goodness. How's everyone's week been? It's Wednesday, hump day.
It's alright. It's not bad. Got a text log. Hooray.
Yippee.
My week's been fine. It's mostly getting ready for this trip and also trying to get work stuff done in time to do that. Hey, Bite Size B. Yes, the Wednesday stream returns. We are back with Dead Space. Hopefully to get some Dead Space done before we leave for our trip next week. Oh, Cheryl, that sounds fun. Kichi Omakase? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Well, that sounds like fun, though.
NewTube, yes. It is a...
Yep, certainly what it looks like, isn't it?
I guess it is a blood clock. There's like one in each position.
Is that going to be a puzzle you're going to have to solve later, you think?
I've already solved part of it. Let's see if I can do it backwards and see what happens.
Can you do the, no one here is old enough to remember the big comfy couch.
I am.
Are there?
I don't know about anyone in chat. Maybe. I remember Bear in the Big Blue House.
Lunette the clown would lay on her little clock, not her little clock rug, but her clock rug, and she'd do stretches, these awesome yoga stretches, and she'd take both of her legs and go around the clock.
Oh, I do remember that, actually. That sounds very familiar. I remember I don't remember like if it was like on like a VHS or something, but I do remember like watching it somewhere.
It was on PBS. I was a PBS.
Okay, that would make sense. Yeah, it sounds like a PBS show.
Kid growing up, so.
Right.
Oh, nice, Cheryl. You're doing a date night. Anything fun? Well, besides the Japanese food, because that does sound pretty awesome. Is it like a tasting menu, or a prefix menu, I should say?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people just been doing work.
Yeah, that's how mine's
Makes
been.
Sense.
Sorry, NewTube. Devil Jojo. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your screen name. I'm sure they will go back to Monster Hunter Mondays again, but Cameron will probably go back to it after he finishes Tears of the Kingdom, if I had to guess.
Oh, just die, please. Why are you not dead? Really? I'm wasting all this ammo.
Oh, it's in the wall. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh my god, come on. Really? I wasted like twice as much ammo as I needed to for that. Whatever.
That's gross.
Yeah, Devil Joe, Cameron said he wanted to maybe go back to Generations Ultimate. It's totally up to him whenever he's done with Zelda. And then I thought he had something else scheduled for Mondays, but I would have to check in with Cameron. Unfortunately, we don't have like a written down list of all that stuff. It's kind of just like exists amongst like a scattered number of us, and we all just kind of like decide whenever. But I think he will, yeah. Me knowing Cameron, well, knowing me, him, and Nate, all of us will eventually return to Monster Hunter at some point.
Right.
But in terms of like when, I don't know if it would be like later this year at the earliest, probably. Date night sounds fun, Cheryl.
That's what I said. We did a little bit of a date night last night. It was nice. I mean, the weather was crappy, so we just stayed in and cooked a meal together, but it was still fun.
Oh. Yeah, that still counts as a date night.
We started watching a new show. It's not a new show. It's new to us. We were watching a show called Reservation Dogs.
Yes, I love that
Pretty
show.
good. It's very good. We just started season 2, I think.
Oh, that's good, because the third one is still airing currently, I think.
Okay, I was gonna say we're on like the second or third episode, I think, of season 2. But yeah, it's hilarious.
It's a very good show. I like the fact that it's like a good mix of like heartwarming enough and also like funny enough without being like too far in either direction. Like sometimes there's just like scenes that are kind of like filling space, and it's also kind of like a comfy show for that reason.
Yeah. I appreciated how pretty much, at least like through the first season, I liked how pretty much every character was given somewhat like equal airtime. So they all pretty much got their own like designated episode or designated focus, which was cool to kind of get you to know more about all of the characters in town versus just like the core group of kids.
Yeah, they do a good job of giving like all the main characters get a lot of good airtime.
Yeah.
And even some of the side characters too, whenever they're like introduced.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the uncle a lot. He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Uncle Brownie.
Yeah.
Hilarious. He's great.
Little shit asses.
Oh my god. Yep. Are we allowed to swear on this stream?
Yes, we were allowed to swear before. Nothing has happened. The only reason that came about was because I was trying to explain to Craig that we didn't actually need to do that. Just let the charity know that that's what's going to happen. And he was like, cool. So that means we shouldn't swear. And I was like, it's a little late for that, but I guess everyone's going to agree to it. So cool. But we tried our best.
Cheryl says omakase is essentially the equivalent of a chef tasting menu. Oh, those are so good. It's going to be so much fun.
I will say, you and Cameron have turned me on to the idea of small plates. Like for dinner.
I love small plates. I love everything small plates.
It's really good on vacation too, when you really want to try a little bit of everything.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the only way I feel like I can live like the dream wealthy life that I want. It makes me feel like a wealthy 1%er when I do the small plates of any kind.
Yeah, I like doing small plates in. I guess every time we travel, really, at some point. Yeah, New Orleans was really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
the places in Philadelphia we went to last time for PAX were really good too.
Yeah, the French restaurant I think in New Orleans was my favorite one.
Yes,
that we went to. Yeah, that was fun. YouTube says, we'll say it was a little less fun watching people try and watch their language instead of going as nuts as they want. You could sometimes see Cam thinking through his words. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And that's
I
partially
was
why,
asking-
like, the problem with the jar thing is, like, if we were going to actually do that, we would need to prep for it ahead of time. Like, I watch Desert Quest every year, and, you know, they do it there because, like, they did it early, and they've been doing it for years. Having to, like, all of a sudden remember it at the very last minute before the first stream was not...
Yeah, that's hard.
It was not really a good idea, but it was kind of us just trying to, you know, do our due diligence for Craig. Finn and Bo says, "Aren't you a 1%er?" Damn.
Oh God, no.
Hannah and
Not
Cameron
at all.
called out.
Well,
Is this
Cameron
true?
might be. Cameron might be. I certainly am not Finn and Poe. Not at all. I view, and maybe like everyone has different versions of what, or a definition of what 1%ers are. But I view 1%ers as like anyone who they fully have their shit together, right? Like they have a
I think
career.
1%ers is more of a money thing, isn't it?
It is, but I view it more than that. So it's like it's not just money. It's like you have a steady career, you are not in any debt of any kind, like credit card or student loan debt or medical debt, like no debt whatsoever. When you travel, you're traveling like to it's only quote unquote luxury, right? That you're able to afford. I don't know. I view like 1%er in my mind as like the equivalent of acting like a Kardashian or a Paris Hilton. So
I always thought it was associated with like the Occupy Wall Street movement from like
no,
over a
I
decade
mean
ago.
like yes, and yes, it does mean you earn in the top 1%. I think together as a couple, yes, we earn. I guess we would be considered 1%ers. But once you separate our finances, Cameron is the only 1%er. I am not, by any means.
I'm so off my game today. Yeah, I can see that. I think I probably would think of it as like a different term. I don't know what, but yeah, I do. I know what the lifestyle is that you're hinting at.
Rich people try not to pretend they aren't rich. I don't know what that means.
I don't really know. I myself, I'm not like a big person on like rental property and like stuff. That I couldn't do it. I can barely manage the few tasks I already have. Trying to like maintenance a property that's like not a house I own, I could not do that.
I mean, Cameron and I are landlords, yes. I don't know as far as like Cameron handles that more than I do, so I'm pretty bad about it. I don't know how much extra other income we are. But you know, we're not pretending. We're not pretending. I'm not pretending. We don't live in a mansion. I would argue Cameron is the 1%, not me. If I was not married to Cameron, I would most likely still be living with my mom.
Okay, so that's a good way.
Full disclosure. Like I have debt. I put my pants on one leg at a time, same as everyone else.
Black Knight, do you know if this puzzle is different every time? I can't remember if this is like a randomly generated thing with like the path, or if it's always the same thing. Oh, he might not be. Is he gone?
He may just be muted.
Oh, right, yeah, he's probably playing a game. Yeah, every time I do this little puzzle, it's always off. No hate on the trophy wife life. Yeah.
It's not trophy wife life. Oh my god, you guys.
I mean,
Jesus
people who watch our
Christ.
Monday streams, they know how go get him Cameron is. He's very good at accomplishing things. So to me, I'm like, that's a whole other different world. I am not ashamed to say that I do the bare minimum for my job until it actually requires me to think. Because usually when I try to think is when they're like, yeah, okay, that's nice. And so I'm like, cool. Then I will do the bare minimum until you respect the effort that I do put in.
I feel you there. I feel you there.
Yeah.
I try to go a little above and beyond when I can with certain projects, not all the time.
Where
Most of the time,
this
because our HR team is such a small team, so like word gets around fast if we fuck up. But if there are some team leads that are not in good graces with me, I might take a little longer to work with them than I would with other team leads.
These things are so finicky. Why?
Is that a satellite?
Yeah, so I'm trying to... There's like a little puzzle over here where I have to... From this source, I have to connect it all the way down to this like middle node. But the problem is they give you a bunch of like right angle pieces to connect it, like those fun Bioshock puzzles. And
Yes.
yeah. Every time I do this one, that's why I was asking if it was randomly generated, because every time I do it, it always feels like it's different.
It could not be, but yeah, it probably is. That's a broken node. See, that might work actually.
Who on Arbitrary here was quiet quitting? Well, I mean, I don't know that anyone's quitting, but there's the people who are sort of phoning it in. I guess it kind of depends. Like, there's no real job expectation, honestly. It's kind of just people show up as they want to do things. But Nate is the one I will say, and I can say this because I'm his brother, and I mean this with love. He will talk about wanting to do a lot of things, and then his actual life gets very busy, and then he can't do them. I am the same way, just the difference over time is that I have learned that I just can't even begin to attempt it, because if I do, I know I will do exactly the same thing. The Lancer campaign being one of them, because of course as soon as I tried to start up more of that is when people were like, hey, we're going to do that thing now that we wanted to do. And I was like, well, I already agreed to it. That will still happen. I think it's just going to have to be once I get back from Seattle. That and video games have also off-stream taken over a lot of my life. The 2 or 3 I said I would play this year and then take a break from are still taking up the majority of my time.
Clear.
I wonder. Will this continue over?
Is the Lancer campaign, is that a video game or a D&D?
Board TTRPG.
It's like a D&D thing, yeah.
So it's a TTRPG, but it's not related to D&D? It's its own thing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different kind. They are... D&D is just one of them. Like Pathfinder is different from D&D. They just happen to be... Both are fantasy-oriented things.
Gotcha. Ollie, give it a rest. You little weirdo.
Yeah, NewTube, a lot of good stuff came out this year. Tears of the Kingdom just being one of them. I have not played... The last time I played Tears of the Kingdom was actually recently, but before that was like... It feels like a month. And I've still only done like one of the major temples in the game. That's what I want. Okay. Slowly but surely figuring this out. Every time, I swear, as soon as I hit start stream on OBS, my brain just turns to mush, and I can't focus on the things I should be focusing on. Is it not gonna let me do Actually, I need a little corner piece. Is that what this is? No, it's a line. What is this? Please tell me that's upside down. Come on, really with this? What am I... Maybe my brain is just off chat, and you can see the solution to this with the pieces I have. Does this go down? No,
Cameron's trying to get me to play Baldur's Gate 3. Or he will be, if he isn't already.
It's a Larian game. They're
yeah,
good.
it's if you know D&D, you know how to play it already.
Got that straight piece.
Yeah, but it goes side to side. Well, I guess I could
Ah,
do.
you're.
Next, I need another corner piece. God.
Look back at the note again. Let's see, you got that. Grab that cross piece on the right, and then stick the stick the straight one into the panel right below you. I'd say off to your right a little bit.
That one?
Drop that one. Pick up the straight piece right in front of you. Is what I'm talking about.
This
Pick up the
node right
straight
here?
piece. Yeah, stick it in there, and then grab the other piece floating off in the distance, and let's take it off.
But that doesn't
Nah,
go.
never mind.
This one, this node goes
Yeah,
directly
yeah,
in.
I see it. I see it now. Yeah, I thought that one had the cable on it.
My brain's broken. This is the problem with streaming during the weekdays, folks. Spent all my brain power on not fun things, so now when I look at good screen, brain bad.
Do you have a lot of projects at work happening?
No, not a lot of them. Just one really big one that's holding a bunch of people up.
Oh.
I'll just play with this a little bit and see what I can do. I guess this can't be any worse than some of the shrines Cameron does, so let's just keep trial and erroring this until something works out.
There you go.
White Ties B says, "Do it, Hannah. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. I think it would help to start maybe in like a co-op game or something with other people. Some major ones. Yeah, Elden Ring last year, and I was gonna say Elden Ring and then Tears of the Kingdom feel like. I mean, not Tears of the Kingdom, but Elden Ring still feels like it just came out recently to me. All right, I'm just gonna redo this. I don't even know if I have enough pieces for that. God, I really hate this. It was like not the thing I was thinking I was gonna have to do tonight.
You just kind of stumble around until it works.
Yeah, and that's what I always do. Even in the original, when I come to this room, it was the same thing. Except in that one, it was just put them in a line wherever there's no breakage. Guess I'll just redo what I had going before. Oh, speaking of, is there anything back there? Let's go in the hole.
Ooh.
Person.
Insomnia Cookies have new cookies. For back to school season.
That's where one of the fragments is in New Game Plus. It's that little room that you just went
Okay.
out.
I was like, I know there's something important in there. I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Wow. NoobTube says, you were the most entertaining part of player guides back in the day, Hannah. Good chaotic energy and lots of sass.
Appreciate that.
So it sounds like they want a Hannah solo series.
Oh, God.
Hmm.
Baldur's Gate 3 and 3 different Monster Hunter games. Nice.
3? Oh, wait, no.
I'm going to focus on this real quick if y'all want to do that. Entertain chat for just a second while I figure this out.
I'm sorry my sass hasn't been up at its A level, NoobTube. I've been doing a lot of meditating and self-reflection and progress work. So oh. Oh, not solo, but co-op with Hannah playing. Be willing to try it co-op. I'm sure I could raise Cameron's blood pressure level as I fuck things up in the game. I'm sorry, Finn and Poe, that me being chill adds nothing to the stream. Oh my god. I mean, I could pour myself. Hi, Shanice. I could pour myself a glass of wine and see if tipsy Hannah gets any better. I think it's just been a week for all of us. That's I think part of the issue. I think like it's just been a week for all of us. I think work-wise and personal. Oh, anyway. So, uh Hannah, Cameron, two other players would be a lot of fun for Baldur's Gate 3. We could try it. I'll bring it up to Cameron and see. I'm sure he won't say no. I'm sure he would absolutely love it. He would love it. Black Knight, when did classes start for you? Next week?
The 21st.
21st.
Yes. So next Monday.
Okay. So then is this week like the big, like all the welcome orientation
Yes.
things? Okay. The free pizza week. Got it.
Yes. Maybe not free pizza, but you know.
Tom looks deep in thought. He is contemplating really hard.
He's just trying to fit wires into
Yeah,
sockets.
I had to take a look at all the pieces at once. I was like, okay, I know I only have like 5 or 6, so I just had to figure out how that works.
It was like watching a golf game for a second. I was feeling
A
like
golf-
intuitively. Yeah, I was
It's
just
like
like
the pose where like they sit in front of like
Exactly,
the
yeah.
ball like a foot away and they're like looking at the putter. Yeah. Not that I that's like the one of the only like things I know about golf. That and
yeah.
they have a dress code and that's pretty much it.
Can he make the shot, ladies and gentlemen? Quiet
Yeah.
on the green. Quiet.
That
on the
yeah,
green.
and everything's always like really quiet in golf.
It has to be, yeah.
I think golf would be much more exciting if they just like randomly had like an air horn just go off.
It
at, like,
would be.
random intervals.
Doesn't it stand for gentlemen only, ladies forbidden? Is that what it stood for? Nice.
I don't think it actually does, but I mean, if you wanted to, it could. Did I have it backwards? No, I'm just not thinking about this correctly. That's what it is. There we go. Okay, checking up on chat. Yes, Hannah being chill adds something to the stream. Yeah, I think people enjoy the sass level because we don't really get a whole lot of like sass level much anymore.
Listen, next time we stream this, I will pace myself and I can I'll skip my anti-anxiety medication.
Do not put yourself in you know,
I
not harm's way, but in medical
advise
danger.
that for people. This is not me advising that. I'm just, if that helps amp up the level.
Is that what you want,
probably
chat?
would.
Do you want
Is
her
that
to
what
not
you
take her
want?
medicine? Look at what you've done. You feel good about yourselves, chat? No, I agree. Yeah, don't. I think it's kind of hard to also like. Some of the times, like when streams are kind of like chill and boring, it's hard because it's really hard to facilitate the chemistry people like. Often, it's kind of like being like a one-hit wonder with like music. It's like you could try to like capture the energy again, but it's really hard to like force it if you're not just always in it. But no, I agree. I think some of the most fun I've had is like the more chaotic player guides episodes, like Star Fox.
Star Fox. Pokemon Snap was one.
Pokemon
for me.
Snap,
Oh
yeah. Super Mario Sunshine was fun. Super Mario Sunshine was a great time.
Well, Nate played Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Nate was playing that.
Yeah. Pokemon Snap was a clusterfuck for me. I can hear Cameron in the other room recording videos. He's probably trying to jump ahead before we...
Oh, I was gonna say, he said he was gonna be on tonight, and I was like, that's a coin toss. But I know he's busy. YouTube, Hannah, Cameron, 2 other players. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 in my spare time in the past couple days. I would like to do a co-op stream because that is a game. That's kind of what I've been trying to like push more for. Is like I say stuff like Jackbox because that is the stuff that people enjoy
That's like
watching
a
because it,
ton. That's like a ton of people can do that also.
right, and
Yeah.
it also has the audience mode, which is really cool.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Commander Cat again. I didn't know he had a name actually. I thought it was
Oh.
just a random guy.
Isn't that a superhero spawn? Am I making
Yeah.
the knife like okay?
Anti-hero, I guess.
Anti-hero.
I know he has like evil
Taylor Swift.
origins or something. I mostly know him from Soul Calibur too.
Is that your girl?
It is, and the USM Valor, who's supposed to rescue us, just said that they picked up an escape pod.
Uh-oh.
Do we remember the last time that we saw an escape pod? Can you point
No.
to it, chat?
On the bridge.
That's right, on the bridge,
right,
where
on
we
the-
jettisoned a necromorph.
Ah.
So yeah, they just picked up the escape pod, and now it's going to break into the ship. I'm sure they'll be fine, though. They've got all kinds of assault rifles, the best weapon in the game.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
All right, so yeah, we need to go deploy that antenna and hopefully reach them in time so that they can fight off the necromorph.
Bite size B goes back to school tomorrow too. I get like not
I
quite
don't miss
looking
that
forward to the
feeling.
semester if you're getting rid of the requirements, but it's awesome. But like it sucks in the moment, but it does feel good once the requirements, all the required classes are out of the way and done. Because
Yeah.
like, by the time I hit my senior year in college, all I took were classes that were fun that I just wanted to take. I didn't need them for anything. I just needed to fill the time, and it was best year by far.
Yeah.
Best classes, best year. Made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, NewTube, what I was saying before is I'm trying to facilitate us playing more cooperative stuff. It requires more people, but if we can do it, it's going to have a lot more like chaotic and more like energized streams, which is what I'm kind of trying, like hoping to facilitate, although it's kind of a big ask with people's schedules and stuff. But if we can do, I don't even care what the game is. I'm trying to push for more either like just chatting streams where people don't have to feel like they need to spend effort, or even just like simple like party games and co-op games. I think doing more of that stuff would be a lot of fun. And I think if we do enough of it in the beginning, more people would like to join, and that would give us a bigger like rotating cast of people. I mean, that's kind of my pipe dream because I watch a lot of those types of streams. But that's just something I'm hoping to like get at least a little bit more of over the next couple months, if possible. Especially, I mean, around the holidays when people are going to be in town anyway.
Oh yeah.
Bite Size B says, my spring semester is shaping up to be awesome. Have an amazing research opportunity. Oh, that's cool.
That is exciting.
Bite Size B, I don't know if we've asked before, but what are you doing research in, or what is your major?
I feel like I've heard them reply to that before. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I'm really bad about that because they like a lot of the people that are regulars on stream are people who are regulars in the Discord, and I know they've mentioned this stuff to me before, and my mind blanks on it every time. I don't need the text log.
Oh, astronomy. Damn.
Ooh, astronomy. Hell yeah. That is really cool. My dad is a big fan of astronomy. So I always mass respect to that.
I'm a Pisces. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about that.
For a second, I was about to be like...
But I know
Wait,
there's a difference. They're not the same. Astrology and astronomy are not the same.
Explains so much.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, you're a major in astronomy, huh? Well, how come all my relationships keep failing? Explain that. Fight Size B explains so much. Oh. Long Boy. We love Long Boy.
Oh, I don't. I think he's the creepiest. I thought the little bat baby demons were creepy. No, it's this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that guy.
Really? That didn't take him out? I think my new panic weapon, Black Knight, is the contact beam. And I'm not even using the secondary.
Yeah, I mean, that'll kill anything you look at.
Oh, yeah. It's funny because all the upgrade notes are for the secondary fire, and I'm like, why? And now I realize, oh, because it's one and done. Okay, so yeah, we need to go deploy the antenna to hopefully save the USM Valor. But if you've been watching the stream before, you pretty much know how that's going to go. That's not really much of a spoiler. That's just the theme of Dead Space as a whole. Let's do a little shopping
Yeah.
while I'm here.
Is that why it's called Dead
Hey,
Space and not
Shanice.
Alive Space?
I think so. I believe one of the developers has talked about that. Yeah, that was the
Awesome.
inspiration. Was Alive Space was already overdone. They had done enough of
Yeah.
that. They didn't want
Makes
to
sense.
anymore.
Makes sense.
Let's do some more Ripper ammo. Oh, I got 30,000. Hell yeah! All right, let's. Actually, I'm on suit level 2.
Damn.
I'm on
That's
suit
really
level
bad.
2.
Is that good or bad?
It's just like top is like 5 for new game. So yeah.
Well, yeah, this is a new save file on hard. So when you play through Dead Space, there's like 6 different like upgrades to your armor, and each time it decreases the amount of damage you take. Usually every like 2 or 3 chapters on normal, you'll have enough money to buy another one. I am on chapter 8 out of 12, and I have only upgraded my suit once on hard mode, and I'm like, damn, that would explain why everything is so tough right now. And I should also probably be. I don't want to sell any of these weapons. I'm not gonna do that. Now I have a reason to go farm some credits off stream, so I can have a little bit of leeway. All right, that's enough shopping for now. The research would be studying exoplanet atmospheres. Huh, that's interesting. I would be curious to know how the research goes, actually. Growing up, my dad was a big. What's going on here? Oh hey. Was a big astronomy guy and loved Carl Sagan, loved all the greats in terms of astronomy and outside of Earth activities, I guess I should say, because my brain's not working. And he had a lot of books specifically on, back when it was more of like a fever dream, I guess, for them, like terraforming Mars and what like colonization on Mars would be like. Which is an interesting topic, but I think in the past couple of years, it seems like it's kind of been more on like the pro research and kind of, moving outward in little amounts in various directions. Oh, there's a lot of interest already. That's good. I'm not sure if you have to worry about like funding or anything, but hopefully that interest means you won't have as tough as a time of actually like being able to get it done or having people and pay for work. So yeah, that's kind of like a nightmare for research right now.
We're rooting for you, Bite Size B.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a while since, well, I guess not in like popular culture, but like space stuff has really been like super big. Because I mean, I see like the live streams of some of the launches every now and then. Like people at my workplace will watch them, but I feel like it doesn't really get talked about as much anymore. And I don't know. I get why, but it's kind of sad. I miss when like more space stuff was like a really big deal in the news.
I caught a little bit of the UFO.
Oh, the.
Is it turret section, Tom? It is turret section.
It is, but not. Yeah, the new turret section, which I gotta say I like more.
The Congress UFO debrief.
Yeah.
Thing. That's not the right word for it, I think, but.
Yeah. I have a coworker who is very nice. I like him a lot. I probably mentioned him on stream before, but he is very big into, like, in the most innocent way possible, if that's even possible, like, into conspiracy theories. But he's not like super negative about it. He's not like super distrusting of everything. He's just very curious about, like, well, is it like a real thing? I don't know. And we're just like, oh, unnamed coworker. That's very... It's very naive of you, but yes. That's... It's very cute that you believe in some of these things. And he was very big on the congressional hearings about that. I did not watch much of it, if at all.
I didn't watch much of it. I caught a few highlights, but I definitely found it interesting, that's for sure.
And yeah, the JWST helped a lot with that. Absolutely. Bite Size B. The art positions, I don't actually know very much about them. Is this what I'm trying to do? Oh, Call Strike. That's right. Am I just hitting A bunch? I forget. I guess so. It's been just long enough that I kind of forgot what I have to do at this part.
Guys, I have a new baby nephew.
Oh, you do? Oh, congratulations.
Just born.
Do they have a name?
Jasper.
Oh, it's a good name. I like that name. Oh, I should get oxygen before I forget. Whoops. That's not good. Apollo's successor, more manned moon landings, and first manned mission Mars. Yeah, that is the kind of stuff, like, the probe stuff is super important. Like, absolutely. And I mean, now that I'm in more, like, tech stuff, I am super interested in that. But,
Hey, how's it going?
There he is, the man, the myth,
it would
the
be cool
legend.
to see more of that, like, in popular culture. Hey, Cameron.
What's up, party people in the place to be?
I don't know if I would call us party people right now. I'd say more of, like, chilling in a cat cafe.
I'm
awake.
impressed. Chilling during Dead Space stream. I guess Hannah's not playing, so she's able to chill.
Yeah, well, I've played it enough times, and I have an idea of how to get back to where I'm going, and I'm fine.
Dead Space, dead energy.
But it's been
Dead
good.
Space.
I mean, we've talked about a lot of stuff we don't normally talk about on Mondays. We talked a little bit about stuff coming out in Baldur's Gate. We talked about space stuff, actually. Bite Size B was just mentioning that they are doing some exoplanetary atmosphere research. Exoplanet atmospheric research, I think is...
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm not looking at chat right now because I'm trying to survive this.
We're feeling dead and talking about space, so I think we're on Brad. Hey, yeah, nothing wrong with that. I know Bite Size B,
Nope,
I think
yeah.
she's... Is it you're working on your master's degree or your doctorate? Sorry if I'm not remembering. But that's pretty awesome.
Cameron has all the energy and memory for all of us. He's like a vampire. He just absorbs it all.
Oh God, do I got to carry this stream? I can't.
No, I was mentioning earlier that I knew that Bite Size B mentioned what they were doing in school, and I was like, I immediately, as soon as I heard it, as soon as that stream was done, it just went out of my head, and I completely forgot.
Oh, gotcha. So you are you're trying to get rid of the space butthole.
Yep. So that's the USM Valor, if you remember that at all, Cameron. Or you did play Dead Space 1, right?
Yes.
Here's my bad memory again. Yeah, so the USM Valor is here, and they just picked up an escape pod. But before we can get to the USM Valor, they have this totally benign cyst on the side of the ship.
Yeah, you should at least get it checked out. Listen,
yeah.
People are afraid to go to the doctor. This is what happens when you...
Yeah, when you let stuff fester like this.
Yeah, when you don't get the biopsy. Still undergrad. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Well,
You're doing that research as an undergrad? That's awesome.
Yeah. Undergrad research is a lot of fun.
Before I went into programming, I was going to be a research psychologist. I was not good enough at school to make that happen.
It can be a lot.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I mean, like that.
Yeah.
Okay, from a gameplay perspective, I get it. You're playing asteroids here.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you're thinking about the world that you're inhabiting, this automatic cannon, okay, train your gun on it once, and then you should be able to just set it like run till you run out of ammo. This thing's not moving.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, ideally, yeah. I like this version of the fight much more than I do like the original. I mean, the original's fine, but it's more
Yes,
that
this is
ADS
still
cannon
better.
where you're sitting. Someone made a good point about this in that they did a better job of incorporating the new version of those fights where you were kind of just staying in one place to being more of like you should have to navigate them as Isaac and not just like in a turret seat somewhere. Like they were fun
Yes.
mini games in 08, but they don't really translate as well to what is happening. They don't translate as well to like, you know, feeling like you actually exist in the middle of these fights. What?
Yeah.
This is the sloppiest version of this fight I've ever done.
So what else has been going on? Oh, the Artemis. Are we talking about the Artemis?
Yeah,
landings?
we were just talking about the Artemis missions, which should be pretty cool. We were talking about like space stuff in the news and how like hasn't been as much of it. Why am I not? Oh. Really? Am I just gonna? Okay. No help.
I guess they're like depth charges they have, which doesn't make sense. You should. There's not a shockwave to hit you because you are not in a medium right now.
Right.
But again, the things that
I don't need to be near this. I can just hit it from wherever.
Shanice asks favorite space game. That's a tough one for me.
Did I do it?
Does Rogue
kills
Squadron
me.
count? Yeah. Oh, it like gibbed you.
All right.
If Rogue Squadron
is
counts
off.
as a space game, I would pick Rogue Squadron.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I
Rogue Squadron's
think
good.
Kerbal Space Program. EVE Online is my favorite space game I like to talk about, but
Yes, I love to talk about and see fights. I love to see the
Yeah.
Titanomancy.
I played it for a while, and
Is
every time I
that
try to come
the
back
is that
to
the
it, I
spreadsheet
bounce
simulator
off.
one? Or
Yes.
is that
Yeah, very much so. I mean, that part is fun if you like those things. It's just, it is a little disappointing when someone's like, "Oh, I get to like fly this ship." It's like, well, it's point to point. You don't actually manually
Yeah.
control the ship. You pick where it goes in like these 3D skyboxes.
I remember they had a
actually
version
tough.
where you could fly it, but I think it became
Valkyrie.
vaporware.
I think it was
Yeah.
Valkyrie. Dust was fun. Dust was their in-universe first-person shooter that, like, if you were part of like a group or like an alliance or whatever, and you were like playing this like 5v5 or 6v6 whatever shooter, if there were ships from your like allied group in that same airspace, they could call in like airstrikes for you and like drop supplies for you, and that was really neat. I was a big fan of Dust just because of that one little fact, but I never really played very much of it after that.
Nice.
Have a favorite space game because I don't think I've played enough.
I think my favorite space game would have to be, just by sheer like number of hours alone, Astroneer, which is like it's kind of a survival crafting game, but there's not really any combat to it. Not to shoot again. There's no real like crafting in it, or not combat in it, but it is a fun like all the stuff people like the brain feel good parts of survival crafting games without as much stress about like trying to make like the combat systems work. There's like a lot of like research involved, and like there's fun like gravity toys that you can make. It's a fun game that I like to listen to podcasts to. I will say that it's a good podcast game.
There's a couple like Elite Dangerous is like
Ooh,
Hannah.
Elite
It's
Dangerous.
essentially
Yeah.
a trucking simulator in space, but the fact that it's in space is awesome. It's great to like, you got to haul this pile of cocaine from one planet to another star system. You put on a podcast and you get to space trucking.
Finn and Poe is very excited that you said Rogue Squadron, Cameron.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron was my jam on the Nintendo 64. It's been on my list to play again. I think it's on the Switch again.
Why is the boost not working well?
Empire at War. This is where I gotta disagree. I think Empire at War is a pretty bad space game. It was a
I
fine
Don't know
real time.
anything
It's a
about Empire at War.
It's a Star Wars RTS where you play the Empire, like right after the start of the Galactic Civil War, and they're just like you're running around doing cool Empire stuff. But here's my problem with Empire at War: they made you play a flat map.
What?
Oh yeah, you have to do the. It's tough. Can you go back and
Boost,
heal
boost,
anywhere?
boost,
No.
boost. No, unfortunately not. I'm trying to avoid this.
Tentacle.
It's like the boost feels like it's so much more sluggish in space, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's almost like it's like the same pace as me, just like going forward. All right, try it again.
I forget. Does boost take a resource?
It doesn't take a resource, but it has like kind of like a startup time to it. And the problem when I'm also trying to like focus on, because like once you activate one of the cannons, you have to aim in order to hit A. Like I have to manually shoot every shot. But the problem with that ends up being like I don't really have like time to undo it. Like I'm boosting now, but that's like how quickly I have to hit it. I think there's just more startup time on the harder difficulties. Maybe, I don't know. I'm also super out of it, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I'm trying to like wrap up all my stuff ahead of.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do today while I was at work. Was like making a list for packing, but also like making sure I have like all my medicine and like diabetes supplies and stuff. And I was just like, okay.
Dodge.
Usually I don't have very much to do at work, and today was like, hey, would you be interested in like meeting with like an IT mentor and like starting this other project? And I was like, any other time would be great, but sure.
Yeah, I'm managing my team right now. I've got my own project I'm trying to handle that I'm kind of the only one that can work on it. So I'm trying to get it into a state where I can like leave it and forget. Oh, geez, forget about it for a week. It doesn't look like I'll be able to do that, so I'm unfortunately gonna have to bring my laptop on vacation.
Oh, boo.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we are playing D&D, aren't we? While we're there, technically.
Yeah, but that's a private laptop. I wasn't gonna bring my work laptop.
Damn it, I'm gonna hit.
The good news is, since it's a cabin trip, we can kind of Han and I can put in a couple hours here and there, and hopefully enjoy our time still.
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the nice part about working remote now is like it's because it's expected. Actually having to like spend time doing it remotely is not like too terrible. Whereas I feel like before COVID it was like almost unheard of.
Yeah, for me it's annoying because I feel like I have a really good work-life balance where my work doesn't follow me home most of the time because it can't. It's just in this one case it can, and because of the needs of things it kind of has to, which sucks. What else? I dunked on Finn and Poe for liking Empire at War. Hi, Boom Headshot. How's it going?
You were also called 1%ers earlier.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know. Listen, I'm all for me paying more taxes. Don't get me wrong. I am actively campaigning for it. But what you gonna do?
Wait for that next arm.
Hannah and I. Oh fuck! He had your number on that one.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I should do is let's do the cannon first, because then it's gonna tell me to. Oh. I just want to get through this. I'm gonna do it again.
Nice. Dodge them Astros. Oh shit! Watch out! Nice.
Yeah, it's the
tentacle that kills you.
Yeah.
Dodge, dodge, dodge. Nice.
Come on.
Is he doing a sweep?
Bullshit. Probably. That's what I'm looking for next, anyway. Just took a little bit to get in the zone. Hey, there we done,
Hey!
and hopefully nothing's gonna fucking kill me as I beat the boss for a
Grab
second
oxygen?
time. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
That would be really annoying.
I feel like when I did this on normal, both times, like pretty manageable, like not that bad, and I don't even. I don't think I had.
Yes,
full
normal
oxygen.
does tend to be easier than hard.
Yeah, but it's like the amount of things to worry about because of the amount of air I think I have. It's like just low enough still that it's like, yeah, you actually don't have like what feels like 5 minutes. You have like
I
literally
gotcha,
90
gotcha.
seconds, but it feels like a lot more on normal.
Yeah.
Okay. So that thing is dead.
Oh, so people are asking they were I'm just scrolling through chat now. I think Hannah is all Dungeons and Dragons out. I don't think she would be down for Baldur's Gate.
No, I said that I don't know that it's something I would play actively, like on my own. Like I'm not gonna pick it up on my own. But
Nope,
if
Cameron confirmed it. You're done. That's what he said.
if there
You're not
was
allowed.
enough, if there's enough interest of doing like a streaming of it of player guides and co-op or something, it's something I'd be interested in doing.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
For reals?
Oh, and
But I'd want to do it like after Dead Space or something.
yeah,
Yeah. That
Not
it wouldn't
the
start
idea.
up till like October. Oh
Not-
shit.
Sunday mornings.
No, this would be a live stream. A Monday morning, a Monday afternoon live stream, because it would be
Monday morning.
it would be called Multiplayer Mondays. We're replacing Monster Hunter Mondays with Multiplayer Mondays. That happened sometime. We'll talk about it at the next channel meeting.
We also did get someone. Devil Joe was asking about Monster Hunter Mondays coming back.
That's really up to Nate. At this point, it's either when a new game comes out or if he feels like he could come back to Generations Ultimate. But I think his schedule's kind of hectic right now. So I'll check with him, but he hasn't really been able to commit to much these days. So no pressure on him and no expectations on our part. Okay. So exciting news. As of maybe 2 hours ago, I have a second nephew.
Oh, I think
Ed.
Hannah was just talking about that.
Oh,
She
damn.
got to deliver the news.
Damn. Little baby Jasper.
Baby Jasper.
The whitest name I know.
Who? So, family tree wise, who are the parents? Is it
Darius.
Oh, okay. So Darius has a kid. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we've got
for
Damien and Jasper, because
Those are good
Darius and
names.
Jenna. Yeah.
I see. That's cute.
Yeah.
Those are good names.
But as we call them, they're going to be called Dee Dee and Dasper.
Because that's how Damien pronounces it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
As the oldest, he gets to dictate how they say things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Hannah and I think, are firming up plans to go the week of Thanksgiving. Maybe not the whole week. I don't know. Did you ever confirm your availability, Hannah?
I'm gonna have to do the math. I don't know if I'm doing the math correctly with vacation time accrual.
Gotcha. I guess we can check it off screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got some travel planned. We're next week. Fucking, it snuck up on me. We're going to. It feels like it snuck up on me. We're going to Seattle.
Yep.
Then in like 3 weeks after that, or no, 2 weeks after that, we're going to
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Oh, are you guys gonna go visit Nate?
Yeah, the great. What if we said
Yeah.
no?
What?
Oh.
I was gonna
Why
say I
not?
just said that, and I was like, well, then what else would they be doing? What else
We're
is
going to
there
North
do?
Dakota. Are you visiting Nate? Actually, our schedule's too busy. I don't know
We
that
just
we
really
can
want to go
squeeze-
to the Bismarck Airport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just want to go as
It is quite
far
literally a room. It's gonna be a fun time.
to the
Yeah.
white north as possible.
So yeah, so we're visiting them. We haven't finalized plans yet, but I'm still trying to make a weekend in New York City work. Because as a 1%er, when my wife says date night, she means
It is
fly me to New York.
even
For
say
the
that.
night.
That's not.
And
That's
come
not
back the
true
same
at
night.
all.
Yeah.
That's not true at all.
Chat, I tried to do a date night earlier this week, and she was like, "So where's our dinner reservation? How many Michelin stars does it have?" And I was like, I was thinking I'll cook you dinner, and she's
That's-
like, "I don't want to eat."
It's funny,
Garbage.
Cameron, because Hannah didn't say
Ew.
try.
And I'm getting ice cream. I'm gonna go get this fat ass
Wow.
batter for you.
Poke the bear.
But yeah, I think right now it's just Hannah and I, or maybe you said you might be available, Tom.
Oh,
I don't
for a New
remember.
York trip? Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would not mind going to New York.
I
would
think
like to go before
everyone-
I turn 30.
Everyone else is out. It would be us, my cousin Nader, which would be fun. I think you'd get along with him. You met him at the actually you met him at the wedding.
Oh yes, yeah, Nader. I do
yeah.
remember Nader.
But we asked a large group of cousins, and everyone slowly said they can't make it.
Oh,
And I think all the like Arbitrary Hero travel crew.
Is this what you want? Is this what you
is
want?
this what you
I'm not
want?
on camera.
God.
I'm not on. Come here. I love you.
Badass.
I love my wife. I'm saying it on. Hold on, let me mute my microphone.
We got a
I
Wi-Fi over
love
here.
my wife.
Where's my wife? Oh,
I'm
these
like
guys.
the anti-wife guy.
Fun.
What do you mean?
Huh? Well, hop on mic and we can talk about it. Oh, ghosts!
I hate these guys.
No,
Nah, not quite.
no. We need Danny DeVito up in here.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started blasting.
Yeah.
So, has anyone been watching the new It's Always Sunny?
I haven't seen a
I can't-
new episode of It's Always Sunny in a long time, but I have a lot of good quotes of the old ones.
I catch clips on YouTube every now and then. It still seems funny. I haven't watched much new TV. It's really been Hannah and I have been watching Big City Greens and Reservation Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shared
I'm
that.
liking the new season a lot. It's good.
Yeah, I told
We got
Tom
catching
that
up to do.
I just started second season.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Okay, so Hannah, you asked what a wife guy is.
You said anti-wife
It's
guy.
Cameron. Cameron's a wife guy.
Yeah, well, you got to define a wife guy to know the anti-wife guy. And Tom can correct me here because his knowledge is a little more than mine. But what I hear wife guy, I hear it's almost specifically to do with streamers, but dudes who performatively declare their love for their wife, like their stream personality is how much they love their wife. Is that accurate or
I don't
inaccurate?
know if it has anything to do with streamers particularly. I know the people, like, at least like on Twitter, like years ago, it was more of just like, yeah, people who like profess, like, not just like profess their love for their wife. It's not like viewed as like a negative thing, but like a wife guy is almost like someone who is doing it like egregiously, but like
Performatively.
yeah, performatively, but also it's like
He
like
doesn't
whipped
really
is like
mean
the
it.
wrong
He's just-
term. Well,
He's just doing it for the show.
it's kind of like we'll do whatever
like
his wife
clout.
says, even if like, yeah, even if it's not a good idea, or if it's like, you know, he doesn't necessarily agree with it. He's just doing it because it's like, well, you know, that's what I gotta do, right? I gotta be a provider or whatever. Like it. Honestly, an Urban Dictionary might have a better definition, but it's always like done in like a weird faith of like it's almost like they shirk their own personality for the sake of doing whatever it is that their like wife wants them to do, I guess.
So the
I'm
reason
thinking
I
very
know the
specific
term
examples.
is not from Twitter. I know it from Hannah. Do you know who the Try Guys are on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
The one who cheated on his wife.
Yeah, Ned Fulmer was a wife guy. He on his social media and stuff, he was all about how awesome his wife was, how much he loved his
Yes,
wife, all
yeah.
that stuff. And then he was like banging his AD or whoever on the side.
That's a shame.
So that is, in my mind, I am the anti-wife guy. I performatively
Hate your wife publicly on stream.
tease my wife. Yeah. But in real life, I choose not to cheat on her. I flipped it on its head. I'm taking it back.
I appreciate that you choose not to cheat on me. I know that's a really hard choice for you every day.
Listen, if we're going by YouTube standards, I every day I struggle not to say slurs,
Oh my
be
God.
homophobic.
Oh my God.
What else, Tom? It's like
I'm not sure the context of this or where we're headed here.
just YouTube people on YouTube being super shitty when they're famous.
Oh yeah. I mean, by those standards, yeah. I mean, a lot of streamers, for particularly, a lot of like latent racism that is not viewed as racism in their eyes.
Yeah, we're ahead of the curve.
Why am I
Woo!
not? Oh right. I was like, why am I getting
Yes.
this battery early? Why am I getting this battery early? That's why.
Yeah, the bar is exceedingly low, and people still manage to
In the
fail
crust of
to
the
get
earth.
over it. Yeah.
Hello? I must speak with you. Who is this?
Scientist. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Chief Science Officer.
Yeah. So Hannah, we're on the ship. We're on the USM Valor. That's all you're.
So
really
we've
doing.
gotten
Got
we've
it.
gotten off the planet Cracker, and we're on the marine ship. This is a military ship.
Okay.
I love their posters. Seize your glory.
I love the like the work safety posters on the Ishimura that are like, remember to sync your rig, like do
Yeah.
all this stuff.
That's one of my favorite things about the flavoring of like the hallways and everything.
Yes, yeah, it's very well done, and like the actual posters like are, I mean, at least the work posters are good messages, but also very like they feel like something you could see as being like, it's very corporate, but it is like something that the engineers agreed is like, yeah, okay, that's good advice to put on a poster. Let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, the current mission is I gotta disarm this nuclear warhead. This is not in the original Dead Space. I can say that now.
Oh yeah, why is this here?
That's a very
There-
good question. Why is this here? It's a nuclear warhead. If I even so much as shoot near it, let's find out what happens. Hold on.
Official recreational marijuana legalization will be on November ballot in Ohio.
Woo! So I will
Oh,
say,
shit.
Tom,
Fucking pass it.
Asterisk on that one.
That's a pretty it's a pretty poor nuclear explosion.
It is. I will say it's not very. Honestly, they could do something that was like so fast it just flashes to white, but they chose
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
little
exactly.
explosions, which is what the same animation style they do in the ADS cannon portion of the first
When
game.
stuff
when you
catches fire.
lose.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, oh, like this weird thing that's not mechanical is exploding. I'm like, all right, cool, but like also, why?
Yeah. Okay, Hannah, what were you talking about?
Recreational marijuana.
yeah.
Legalizing recreational marijuana will be on the November ballot in Ohio. But the issue made it onto the ballot as an initiated statute rather than a constitutional amendment. So if the state legislature has the ability to amend the proposal, if it passes into law in November, they could also vote to overturn it.
Oh, that's right. This thing. I gotta kill this thing. Where are you at, buddy? Excuse me. Need to borrow this thing.
So we'll see. It's 2023. Let's see if Ohio can pass recreational marijuana.
That was the asterisk I had because I know in like previous, like after Colorado and like Washington, I think Washington, some other places, a lot of times like some of the bills they put on those ballots are ones that are like, yes, it will be like recreation will be legal, but the problem is that it's usually done where it's like, but the people who are going to make all the money off of it is going to be like government or like private something, some sort of bad scenario. Like the actual like money and the income of people who would be doing the labor of like preparing those products would be all given to like bad people. Is the quick. I haven't like read on this in a long time, but yeah,
that was wasn't that the issue the first time around, because one of the Lachey brothers, the douchey one, was like
the Lachey brothers.
Yeah, 98 degrees.
Yeah, you said the douchey one, so I just clarified the Lachey
Oh.
brothers.
I
it's
think
both of them. Is one of them nice?
No, I think
Sorry.
one is douchey and one is not.
Okay.
Although I don't know them personally, obviously.
Yeah, I don't either. Just know that they're around here.
But
Nick cut me off once on I-75. He's a dick.
Who did?
I can believe
Nick.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could believe that too.
I'm lying, but we can pretend.
Well, I mean, like what Emilio Estevez and some other Peter Frampton lived in Indian Hill for a while, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, Emilio's great.
Emilio's awesome.
No, I'm not saying like bad celebrities. I just mean like the mundanity of running into celebrities of like whatever nature here is like not uncommon. So it's like whether it's good or bad, that I'm not surprised that could be a thing. Really? I gotta deal with this shit again. Open the door. What are you doing?
Open the door.
Open the door. Let's see if I can get this to work. Come here. Oh my god.
What?
It
Ghost?
bothers me that like the way they program doors in this game is like, if this were a real ship, no one would ever put up with that shit. If someone is like holding the door for somebody, it'd be like closing in like 5 seconds flat. It'd be like, hurry, get in before you get fucking annihilated. Because for whatever reason, if you're more than a foot away from this door, it closes immediately. I'm really just complaining because I wish that door would have stayed open, but I like moved like 6 inches and it was like, oh, are you done with this door now? It's not Star Trek, asshole. Like, leave it open. Stupid.
Let me conserve energy.
Yeah. Well, this is only coming to a head because I'm playing on hard, where each fight is not individually hard. It's just that I'm like not paying attention because I'm on stream. So as I'm doing this, I'm just like, ah, fuck. It's like when like someone knocks at the door and you're really not expecting it, and they like need like personal information, or it's like a survey and you haven't just said no, and you're like, I really don't have time for this, even though I have time for this. Like, can we not do this?
Oh, that little fucker's fast.
Yeah, they might get me here. That's one stasis. I just need to get you quickly, please. Am I out of health? I'm out of health.
Oh,
that's death.
Oh,
Dead
shit.
here.
Has anyone been listening, with the exception of Cameron, has anyone been listening to any new podcasts?
Why with the exception of me?
Because you're always listening to the Not Another D&D podcast.
I've been listening to a new
Damn.
podcast recently.
It's called
Not
not
Another
another D&D podcast. How about that?
I have been listening to
Kill,
Are you
kill.
just-
Yes,
podcast
headshot.
You're
called
Headshot.
Smartless with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett.
You just looked that up. I know you did.
It's great.
I've heard of it, but I've never listened to it, and I know you've never
They
listened
talk
to
a lot about Arrested Development because 2 of the 3 of
Jesus.
them were on it. I don't know. I just
No.
know 2 of
See, because I have listened to it, I know what it's about. It's a podcast that connects and unites people from all ways of life to learn about shared experiences through thoughtful dialogue and
That's
organic
the
clarity.
Wikipedia summary.
And as a nice surprise, in each episode of Smartless, one of the hosts reveals his mystery guest to the other 2. What ensues is a genuinely improvised and authentic conversation filled with laughter and newfound knowledge to feed the smartless mind. There you go. That has been the podcast that I have been listening to.
And that is his original take on it. Don't Google any of that.
Kind of funny games. I'll have to check that one out.
Kind of funny games.
I've
Nice.
heard that name a lot recently. I hear very good things. Is there a save?
It's an entertainment company.
Yeah, kind of funny. I've heard mentioned by a few people, like on Remap in Giant Bomb and stuff. I don't actually know anything about them, but I'm sure I've consumed their content in some form or another already. Is there not a...
I've been listening to Scott Mansley again, in all honesty.
Who? The name sounds familiar. Who is Scott Mansley?
He is an astrophysicist and engineer.
Oh, that's kinda cool.
Manly. I always put an S in there. But he specializes in rocket science. And he does a bunch of different stuff. I first got into him when I was trying to figure out how to play Kerbal Space Program successfully.
Oh, I see. Smart.
But he's got a channel and stuff. He focuses mostly on like the history of space flight and then current events in the industry. So I get most of my space and news from Scott Manley.
I should do that more with like tech stuff.
And then I've been reading a new book recently. I'm going back to the classics and I'm reading some Anne McCaffrey. That's right. I'm checking out the Dragon Riders of Pern. This is like,
So, like
did you all ever have and this is stereotyping, but did you ever have a girl in school that was like super into dragons?
I mean, in the way that like almost all of us were into like Egyptology and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that, but like dragons.
I know a lot of people who are like still like really big into like gods and mythology and stuff, and I kind of like got over that by like middle school.
Yeah, but the
neat.
middle school kid who's super into dragons was reading Dragon Riders of Pern. It is the like, oh fuck,
Move! What the fuck?
Yeah,
What are
you're-
you doing? Get?
Jake electrocuted.
Are you serious?
Oh, you're
I'm
stuck? Is it just game over? Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
I was looking for a save spot too, and I risked it.
I
That's all
love
get.
that electricity gives you.
Well, it wasn't instant. That was the problem. It was like a tick at a time, and so I was like sitting there just like struggling. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. I deserve this. I'll get that save spot, and then we can call stream. The name like Dragon Riders of Pern sounds familiar. I remember being like big into dragons when I was in like early like grade school and stuff. And like, I don't know how you say it, Aragon. That's how people say it still, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the trilogy.
I
Yeah,
remember that was like super big when I was like in grade school, and people like really loved that. Oh,
these fuckers.
Come on, hit, die, please.
Nice. Oh
Nice.
fuck. Still fucking moving.
No
God damn
worries.
it, dude.
I was trying to use his own. Fuck off! What the hell? Why does he get like 3 attacks in 2 seconds?
Yeah. Shanice, there's nothing wrong with Dragon Girls. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Dragon Girls. I was saying that is the ubiquitousness of that book, that series, that they like formed a very special fandom, I feel. So the thing that's special about Dragon Riders of Pern, besides it being older, like it's I'd consider it a modern day classic. It came out in like the 70s, I think.
Oh, did it really? I don't think I know much
so. Or
about the
maybe it's,
series.
like, 80s. So it's science fantasy. The world starting out presents itself as a fantasy world, but as you learn more about it in the story, you realize, and I guess this is spoilers for Dragon Riders of Pern, this all happens in the first book, so after that, the deception isn't there. But you realize that the book is actually science fiction. that these are colonists on a new planet, and they bioengineer dragons to help them survive in this environment.
Panzer Dragoon Orda type deal, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's I think pretty solid. It's not my favorite fiction in the world, but it's pretty good, and I enjoy it. She wrote a new one recently, so I'm kind of meandering my way through the series, trying to figure out if I still enjoy the old ones as much as I did, to see if I want to read the new one. But yeah, Dragon Riders of Pern. I recommend it. If Hannah was still doing book club, it'd be one that I might think about for book club. I've got a lot of books I'd like to do for book club if I was in book club, but I'm not in book club.
Yeah.
I'm book club, baby. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I might join an IRL book club at some point. But yeah, Dragon Riders of the Pern. I give it one thumbs up. You know, this is not a. Don't think of this as a lukewarm recommendation. It's no Lord of the Rings, but it was fun.
Interesting. I haven't read a fiction book in many years, but I wouldn't mind doing that again.
I think something that maybe should be said about the series is it does get, and this is not judgment, but it does get a little fetishy about dragon sex later on.
Okay.
But I don't know how much of that is, when I say the series, I mean, I guess the fandom. I don't know how much of that is entirely fan fiction and how much of that is in the books themselves.
So where did you come across it?
Just Dragon Girls.
Yeah. Just Dragon Girls. All right. Well, then next time we'll talk about Cameron's opinion on horse girls, and then we'll pretty much just hit up every type of girl, I guess, on the way down.
You joke, but that reminds me that we still need to play the horse game. After
the new one, yeah.
After Tanner shares his beaver with me on Labor Day.
Oh my god.
Can't wait to get some of Tanner's beaver.
Yeah, I'm excited. Did you see Tanner was posting pics of his beaver on
I did. His beaver pictures were really good, and they were really detailed, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It was surprisingly a lot of creativity. He put a lot of very tasteful. Yeah.
Good beaver.
Absolutely.
Tanner's beaver gets 2 thumbs up.
Absolutely. A+ beaver, Tanner. All right. Well, that's probably as good of a place to end it as any other. It's 8:34, and we got to a save point after I pitifully got thrown around a bunch of times on things that I shouldn't have. Thank you for everybody for hanging out. We will be gone all of next week because we will almost all of us will be in Seattle. If anyone has clipping audio or clipping video. Oh, clipping on Twitch. Forgot that was a thing. We will be gone all of next week. We're going to be in Seattle. I think maybe Danny might do a art stream on Tuesday, but probably won't expect to see any of us back until I think the Monday after we get back. Is that a Zelda stream, or do we have something planned then? I don't remember.
We might be off 2 weeks in a row. It depends on how I'm feeling, because we're going to get back on Sunday. I will say that I will be back with Zelda probably September 4th rather than trying to do it August 28th.
Yeah. Which I think is good. I always talk about maybe doing a random stream, and now that I've been using OBS more after this past weekend, I would like to do more of it. So yeah, we will be back on sometime the week after, maybe. If not then the Monday after that. So we'll be taking a little bit of a summer vacation break.
Woo!
But yeah, thanks everybody for stopping by. Really quick, because I'm hosting and I want to test this functionality. I want to see if anyone is currently on so I can do a raid, because raiding is fun. GDQ is on, and so is loading ready run. We'll do that. I'll see if I can make that happen. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll be back in probably about 2 weeks, if not maybe sometime right after we get back from Seattle. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out, and we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.